What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Bunker Baby Bunker Boy. What are they calling me over? Started on IRC. So going up, you're back again, old camper. Yeah. Hey, look, I tried, y'all. I tried to stay off this video, and I'm like, I didn't want to do it, and I'm not. Well, see, I'm bored, right? And I can think of a whole, but like, there's a whole bunch of people having a party, right? They're all tipping some back, right? Not your boy. Your boy don't drink, so I got to find other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look. So you're like, well, hey, man, with Dr. Randall boy, he you got to get busy, son, or you ain't gonna pass that class, cuz. And I'm like, I know. So I'm like working, I'm looking, and man, like I called them, it's Sunday, you know what I mean? So I'm a professional, y'all know that, right? And so, I'm not, one call to your teacher, which normally this guy's different, yo. Like normally, I mean, you don't call your professor, right? But this guy's, hey, here's my number. And I've noticed that's kind of changed in the last couple of, well, obviously being at, they work, but man, I tell you what, I've been taking one, part time, and you can't, I mean, trying to get a hold of a professor. I mean, you're lucky I was lucky if I could even get him on the email. And that was like 2, 3 days later. And it's like just barely a response, right? I mean, this guy was answering his phone, right? But it's so he's like, hey, you can call me anytime in the middle of the night or whatever. And I'm like, hey. And so I call him, because so we got this group, right? Y'all, you didn't watch all 500 of my videos, but I ain't gonna go through it again. So we got the group, we got the unstoppables. Well, I guess we're stoppable. I'm not. I don't want to be. Man, what's going on with my neck? So I'm in this group. We got the boy, we got homeboy, Mr. Military guy. He's cool. He like, hey, let's do this. I'm like, all right. We got a couple other people, right? Everything's going pretty cool, right? Well, then she texts me. I'm like, girl, I didn't look, hey, you called me. Check it out. For real. Yeah. You called me. I ain't whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so the bottom line is the teacher, so professor says, hey, look, man, hey, everybody's going through a whole bunch of stress. And I got, I've learned after 20 years of teaching, sometimes you got to make exceptions and modifications. You got to change things up, right? Just to kind of, he says, so I'm going to do some things because of the virus. And normally, because he likes to teach in class, because you get that intrapersonal, right? I understand. I used to like to be in the brick and mortar as much as possible too. Being from the old school, homie. Yeah. So, no, I'm just joking. I'm like a total white boy, right? Um, hey, so he's like, hey, if you guys want to work on your own, you can, no problem. And I'm thinking, well, like I said, y'all know, hey, I'm a hybrid I'm a cross between a turtle and a snail. So whenever I can get some help, hey, I ain't arguing with nobody, But I mean, you don't have to be real smart. That hey, I I think I'm gonna go with this skateboarding here. It's on the ground right out there. They got them big fish with the big old teeth with the razor, but I'm cool over. I just take this skateboard here, stay over. I like to be over on the land. Y'all can go over there if you want. It's kind of like, well, if we got a project with 5 people, right? Hey, I'm trying to get along, but they all want to go do it on their own now or whatever. And it's like two or three. So I'm trying to do it, right? But it's a lot of work. So I got it figured out. But you'll see your guy at my age, look, especially with the world, right? Now I don't know if it's just the way I'm just not driven. You know, the Bible says, you know, you can't serve mammon and God, right? So it's a tricky balance. You know, you got to be careful. There ain't nothing wrong with being rich, but then hey, don't let that left hand know what that right hand's doing, because guess what? I'm coming. Hey, sell everything you got. Yeah, you got to sell everything you got. Give it to the poor, and you got to take a cross, man. One time, you ever seen a guy walking with a cross? Oh yeah, right up highway, right outside my dad's house, right outside of Lawrence Welk. One time, I seen a guy carrying this thing. He had like this. This was a real. I mean, it was a. You could crucify somebody with it, and he had like a couple wheels on the back. I seen one time. I seen a group of people like going through downtown Minneapolis. You know, they were passing out tracts and they were taking turns hauling this, cross around, right? And so, uh, so you're saying can't what? So I just said, look, I try to call the professor. I ain't gonna bother him no more on Sun. But the problem is I got discussions. I got a significant amount of research I got to properly post something on the discussion board. I mean, I'm in my fourth year. I gotta, I can't. And being a little slow, I gotta have a little extra time. And I don't want this to look like I'm in the second grade, right? So I'm putting the call in, right? And but I'm smart enough now that I don't bother. I don't cause no problem. I don't bother nobody. I don't bother the professor again on Sunday, at least for a couple hours, right? So I gotta chill for a while, see if he called me back. Maybe he had church. I doubt it. They ain't open. Whatever. It's Sunday. He's hanging with the family or something. And so I've seen one cross or something. I've seen one cross. Y'all know anybody that sold everything they got? And I mean everything, because that's the thing. That's one of the major. That's a theme that I always used to get on like chat and stuff when atheists would attack Christians. And there is some validity, because I've always said, right? I mean, if you look enough, and every Christian like, oh no, God he don't contradict himself. Oh, God ain't no. What you think God's gonna? This word here is for I don't know. But what I found, to be honest, if you look enough, you will find you can find an argument or a debate or a direction of just about anything. There's of any topic in the Bible, right? You really can. So, and that's why you got so many different denominations bickering and arguing. And so, but anyway, so I only seen one person, and this guy had nothing. I don't even know. I mean, I was like, I think he had a little backpack and some water. And I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know where he was headed, but I don't know but he was all by himself. And, he looked like he was on a long walk. Okay. That was right up Gopher Canyon or not, right up Highway 5 coming right out of San Diego. Oh, I made a mistake the other day. I said Valley Center. Hell's Canyon is south of Yeah. I mean, you're south of San Diego. I mean, you're in Tijuana. You're in Mexico. I meant north. So I'm thinking, what am I gonna, sure, I can go do. So I got some work to do, but I got to talk to that teacher because, so I'm really interested. So I'm bringing this back around now. He's saying, hey, you a tough guy to follow. Oh, that's right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh, I don't mean to be. It's just so it's like I ain't never seen anybody sell anything, but you got to be tricky because the Bible says you can't serve the root of all evil is money, the love of money. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean sitting around doing management accounting, you know, 20, 18 hours a day, figuring out how I can save a penny here and make a penny there? I don't know, but it ain't interesting to me. Now I'm thinking maybe when I was young, if I had really gone into accounting, the only thing about accounting that like I just do, even though man, I'm probably not even. If I was younger and I was gonna, like I said, if I was gonna climb that corporate ladder or something, sure, management accountant for a few years, because that's where it's at. You got to know a little, right? If you're gonna pass a CPA for sure. Uh, but my brain, I don't know if it's like I said, y'all know I was into securing things when I was like 2 years old, driving my stepmama nuts, right? Every day, every time she see me, she got to remind me, remember? So I'm more of a like, I guess according to my what am I? I forget what was my Myers Briggs. See, in this course, this is a capstone uh, management, which I'm real good at telling people what to do, right? No, but I was mindful because hey, look, Nick, you just got to get through this, all right? You don't want to. You no, I mean, I'm not even. I'm telling you again. Before what happened, before our group broke up, I'd have said there'd have been a naked lady come running through my house. Throw it. Say, hey, let's go, let's get married. Before the group. I mean, I'm like I said, all I did was, we got people posting 5 different places, right? You got somebody posting on D2L. You got somebody sending an email. We got 5 of us. They're all working, going to school, probably taking 2, 3 classes. Some couple of them busy, right? They got families, kids, and then you got somebody. Then you got a couple of people texting, doing text message. You got old girl calling me 3, 4 times, being real friendly, and I'm thinking, hey, can we just make this real simple? Just this week, I didn't order anybody. I say, hey, would it be all right if we just? How about look? There's 5 of us. How about we just put it right here? Look, alphabetical order. Everybody take. There's 5 questions, and we'll figure it out. Instead of bing, 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 bing. Are you texting? Are you emailing? Are you calling? Are we on the university website? I mean, what are we doing? I'm just trying to help. I'm not trying to micromanage. And I don't know, I guess maybe that again, without some context, and again, I'm open because being the old guy. But what is my Myers Briggs, right? Where did it go? Well, anyways, they say, see, now if I didn't get into that beer drinking, I'd have been law enforcement for sure, military, absolutely. I guarantee it. Like if my dad would have been, I'm almost certain I would have went directly into the military. Because I know my dad, and if my mom and him would have had me as about as straight arrow as you get, I bet. And so if they would have stuck together, right? And even if he was a drinker, I probably would have. He would have kept. He would have spared a rod, get the child. He would have put the fear of God in me, and I bet you I'd have been. I probably never got any trouble my whole life. I bet very little. I bet. Okay. So I probably would have went into being a cop wouldn't be fun, detective or some kind of homicide, internal affairs or something, military police or something like that'd be more interesting. But the point is, so well, what's the big? Who cares? Who cares? Well, what the things that so what I'm saying is like the financial side is the only like where's the money? Where did it come from? Where's it going? And like we got a lot of people in the world. Did you do it at least fair? I mean, is it like are we talking like $2 gazillion fraud here with Medicare by one company down in Fort Lauderdale with like 2 guys? they're running around with naked ladies drinking $2,000 champagne bottles. I don't know where they're going. Y'all check. Hey, well, I mean, it's just the way my brain, right? It's just the way I'm geared. Like I just don't want. I'm not. Hey, don't get me wrong. Hey, you got to have money, but to sit around and obsess about that or try to figure out how to make just a little bit more because you always going to be you're going to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. It don't matter if you're a poor you poor little camper, your old poor camper boy getting old, poor man. You always don't matter. Ask anybody that's got money, they'll tell you the same thing because you always want to get into that, right? So I'm thinking, I guess it's because my mom raised me. She put that, that lovable, compassionate human being side in me, right? That just I could never, And then maybe it was old Tammy had me all dressed up in that dress that one time, boy. There's pictures somewhere. Guaranteed. I don't know where they at, but they got dirt. She had me all makeup. And I was kind of a pretty boy, so you probably wouldn't. You would have thought I was a girl for sure. Okay, so look, hey, she ought to be held accountable for. Like you can't blame me for everything. Okay, we got to. Some other people did some stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So you said, well, I'm saying like, especially at my age, right? Because I can't compete with all these big dogs, right? All these young guns, right? There's brainiac mathematicians, like what's that movie? The Accountant with Mr. Affleck, Mr. Ben. There's literally guys like that living in the state because of the virus, cut it a bit of bing, 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 6 feet, right? They can't even get jobs, and they're AI and they're automating everything. They in the mama's basement. They bored. They can't even they're like super smart, right? And they like can't get a job, so they're like, hey, let me get some Cheetos. I'm play some video games for a little while, right? And so I'm saying, hey, at the end of the day, I not only can I not compete at that level, you know, okay, I didn't go to Indiana State University. Let's face it. All right. But I'm a good guy. I care about people. I believe in God and Jesus Christ. And at the end of the day, when my head hits that pillow, I want to try to feel good about something, whether it's 5 days or 50. I figure I got about 50 years and I'm in my prime. Okay. So, you know, if everything goes good and Jesus don't come back out of that sky on a white horse, flaming white horse, right? Hey, I'm probably with I got grandparents and almost lived to be 100. I got a chance. As long as I don't get that old Alzheimer, that get me, Hey, look, so I like the simple financial audit regulation stuff. I just do. We said that's real good because you're kind of slow, old camper. Well, hey, all right, cool. But hey, so now I gotta pick a company, right? And I'm thinking, I'm already having a hard time getting motivated. My team just separated because I asked them, I said, hey, would it be all right if we go in alphabetical order? I don't know what happened. Here we go again. Only in America, you know. I could see if you was getting all a little wild. Hey, girl, hey, yo, hey, you want to go get some coffee? Forget about this here. No, you calling me? Hey, I'm being cool. I'm being nice, like gentle, calm. Hey, I just offered. I say, hey, y'all are all. We got somebody everywhere. Can we just say that? Instead of 5 people trying to figure out in 5 different places who's doing what quick. Isn't that simple? Why is it so complicated? So, anyways, my daddy, he finally called me after about a week, I guess. He had to meet with the insurance adjuster, I guess, or whatever. He busy. He up there staying with Paul on the top pad, right? So he busy. I guess maybe what's her name? Oh yeah, that daughter of yours that I named. Yeah, at least maybe she came down with her boyfriend or something. I mean, when they paying you $500 a day, I guess to move wire, hey, you don't have to work every day, just when they say, right? So you got a little bit of money for now. But like I said, I mean, if you offer to pay me $500 a day for moving around some wire and I ain't in the union, I'm saying, hey, I'm thinking, what you gonna ask me to do next? Hmm? You sure what's going on here? No, I'm just playing. Listen, so I'm saying, well, what do I do? Because again, remember, there's a mission to all of Kemper's madness. You know what I mean? He's smart enough to get off IRC. He's smart enough to get off of Power Talk. And he's smart enough to make some videos for his old daddy, see if he can figure that old boy out, so he can help him a little bit. Hey, you know. Uh, so what you want to do? What you want to spend the next 2-3 months like studying? Well, can it be something that's practical? Maybe something I might go into. Maybe something I might like to do. Yeah. Okay, you said, well, of course. So, what are the odds, folks? I'm telling you, here go a naked lady come running through. I mean, she got her clothes, she throwing them at. I mean, so the same girl that don't want to, work. Oh, she gonna take my topic now too, because I've always said, right here in Minnesota, like I said, the only place they got real clean water and like the fish and all that, because all them the carp has been jumping up the river. I mean, we're infested with carp, and my neck is still. I mean, somebody, can y'all pray for me? If there's any God fearers out there, or anybody, do we got any prayer warriors? Oh, Camper here, I need a little prayer for my neck. This has been going on for 4 or 5 months. I don't know. I've tried to finally look. I followed the marching orders. Well, what's the matter with you? Can't you just listen to the? Yeah, I did. Remember, so I was putting that Aquaphor. So now I'm saying, hey, maybe I ought to read and see what kind, the different ingredients and see if I'm, doubling up and start paying it, because something ain't working. So, and I can't get this doctor on the horn right now. And I mean, yeah, and it's been going on for months. But I'm saying they gotta, so she want to do the paper industry, and I'm thinking, man, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. I mean, like I've always said that, like because here in Minnesota, you got way up north, where they still got nice fish, and the lakes aren't full of oil and crap, and you can practically drink the water, the boundary waters up that way. Oh, real nice. Yeah. I was always like, hey, like I said, if I'm going up to Forest Lake, old Mama, she there, and I'm going in the right direction because they got up that way. They got the clean water and the fish and stuff. It's up that way, so you want to head that way, boy. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah. And I'm thinking, there ain't a whole lot to do up there, but they got they used to have. I don't know if they did. So over the last, like I said, I go to school part time, right? Because I got to pay, got to pay bills. The Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat, boy. And I ain't no trust fund, baby, and I ain't living off capital gains or dividends. So, I got to figure. So they got that paper mill up there. I'm thinking, I did a paper or something on one at one time, but I mean, I got to do a for real paper. I got to go get the 10K. I mean, I got to do about 50, formulas that I ain't even looked at in a couple of years. Okay. So this is a significant amount of work, especially for a guy like me. And now you want me to do it all by myself? Well, help me out a little bit here. Because to get motivated, right? So I'm thinking, well, what do you like? What could I possibly do? And I'm thinking, like seriously, I'd rather be poor. I'd rather live in a cardboard box and barely make it, right? Have just enough to eat, at least, I mean, this ain't a fancy shirt, right? But you wouldn't, hey, like I said, I know it's a little flowery for some of them old polar bears and Sasquatches out there. They like, that's kind of girly, man, but, whatever. I got that from my mama. You know, uh, most everything is pretty much you'd look at me and you'd be like, oh yeah, he's a guy. You know what I mean? So, but I'm thinking that's a great idea. Thanks for stealing that because once somebody got dibs on it, you out. You can't do it. So I'm like, first you break up the group. Now you take my topic. I mean, is there a naked lady coming next? I mean, what's going on here? So look, so I was sitting here and I'm thinking, well, I already read my Bible, I already ate. I can't figure out. So I get over here. You know what I'm saying? So we got this Aquafort. Maybe you know what? Now I'm looking for some help. Maybe there's some doctor out there because when you're one of the most prolific chatters of all time. I didn't say smart. Um, you know, like I said, I didn't learn well to play with. I didn't learn to share all my toys all the time, and I didn't learn to play well with others. So sometimes people seem, I mean, you're getting the theme, right? It seemed like people don't like me, even when they don't have a reason to not like me. And I'm thinking, that's not my goal. It's just, I guess they say everybody's got a natural talent, and mine happens to be to annoy people. I don't know. I swear. Why? I'm not trying to make my life tougher, right? But anyway, so this here stuff here has got like some minerals and like 42. What is it? 40. Let me turn the light on. So it's like 42%. But I need glasses too. Hey, Dad, can I borrow your glasses for a minute? How did I get so old? No, I just need some readers. So this is 41%, some sort of petroleum, but it ain't. It says petrolatum. All right, and then it's got mineral oil and some other stuff. I have no idea. Basically, petroleum jelly, a little special extra stuff for insect bites, which I got the Secret Service Terminator spider with the razor blades. Remember? Okay, something because you don't get something on your neck. Go to a world class. I'm talking dermatology. You don't go there and then you got something still going on like this 3, 4, 5 months later. I mean, this is some like top secret. I don't even know. I'm just saying. Because look, this is the worst. The only thing worse than this ever in my life would be like knee surgery, shoulder. When I was out at my daddy. I told you that? Remember that, Daddy? And he was so mad at me. And I'm like, Daddy, but remember, he was already getting cut off the sex. She wouldn't let him sleep. And now it's 3 o'clock in the morning and he's going delirious. And now his son is laying on the tile with you know, his shoulder dislocated. And he's so delirious. He probably ain't even sure if I'm telling the truth. And he's like, now you want me to drive you to the hospital for an hour one way. And we got to work tomorrow. I mean, I couldn't believe I'm screaming here, Daddy. Can't you tell? Or you think I'm squealing like this for fun just to get your attention, Daddy? I mean, I love you, but come on. And so, I mean, we go on over to Vista, right? Remember that? I mean, he was angry at me. We had to sit there for like an hour and a half. Uh, I don't know. Don't ever ask me to sleep in a cot ever again. I'm on the ground. Okay. That was bad. Because again, that was a situation. I mean, you go into the emergency. I mean, you're all like, and you're like, hey, hey, for like 3 hours. I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's rough because there ain't nowhere you can move I mean, you can't put that shoulder nowhere, right? I mean, not to get until they come in there, and they come in with all these sheets. They got about 6, 7 of them. My dad was, he's like, I almost had to cover my eyes, and they do something special. I don't know, man. I passed out, and they finally popped that thing back, and I'm like, That was bad. Again, powerless, right? I mean, something like I'm sleeping, and I do the belly flop, you know what I mean? So when we get married, honey, I got to step. I always wonder, because they slept in separate beds, but hey, they were married for over 50 years. I mean, it must not same room, right? Because one snore, whatever, I guess. But my mom's, you know, old John Shima, you know what I mean? His OB, remember his daddy, real smart pharmacist. Oh yeah, got a engineer brother down there in Iowa. Oh, I mean, they're like rocket scientists. And so, uh, anyway, sleeping into different beds, and I do the belly flop. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Except I've seen some of them mattresses they got. They put uh, I don't know what are they, the aerospace something, and then they take a glass of red wine, and then they start jumping all around, and it don't even move. I mean, if we get one of them, we might be all right. But other than that, we're probably gonna have to sleep another because I mean, so I do the belly flop off the military cot in my dad's house out there. This was 10 years, 10 years ago, right? Oh, middle of the night. I couldn't believe how mad he was. So mad at me. I'm like, is it my fault that you put me on a cot about this wide and I didn't figure out that I was going to do the belly flop and dislocate my shoulder? Yeah, I mean, I remember that one. I was like, Dad, I'm hurt, man. Why are you so mad at me? Like it ain't like I got control over this that we got to go to the hospital. You know, I never understood that one. Like I said, no sex and she crazy. There you go. He ain't getting no sleep. And then now he. So other than that, I mean, like I had a knee surgery, right? Um, this has been the worst because I mean this was bad. I mean this was like rock hard, because remember I'm like John Wayne's cousin, right? So I ain't going to the hospital unless. And besides that, give me a scalp. Hey, I'll go John Wayne style. I cut that out on my own. Hey, it costs a lot. It's expensive to go to a hospital. And look, unless I'm about ready to die or my shoulders just look, I mean, and I can't fix it, I ain't going to the hospital. No. Hey, they want like all my money for like the next 20 years. Okay. And so this has been pretty bad. And it ain't, and I can't get rid of it. I mean, I've tried just about every ointment there is under the sun. And I mean, we're talking world class dermatologists here. And they're like, oh, it's a carbuncle. And this, here, let me give you a little zap of that. You ever had a tattoo removed? Here, let me give you a little zap of you know, the laser. And I'm thinking, oh, hey, Dr. Cook, isn't it a little bit, I don't want to argue with them because, hey, anything. Isn't it a little bit early? I mean, this thing's hard as a rock as it is yet. It's all white. We got about 6, 7, 8 white dots, look like leprosy. They're about ready to ship me off to Hawaii, and you want to zap this with hot laser? And I'm thinking, again, I know I ain't that smart, but this doesn't seem like a real good idea. But I'm in no position to argue with nobody, right? And so I go ahead and let them do that, whatever. And it got bad for a couple of days, right? And I get old Steinhammer finally again, and he said, "Hey, keep put keep putting that on there, boy." And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going, listen to the doctor. That's why you went to school for 8 years. If you make $100,000 a year, you got to know what's going on. So I keep putting that on, and finally, twice a day, and I'm cleaning it. I figure out a little bit. Hey, yeah, because I wanted to make sure before I put this on, I want to clean it. And then it's tricky. You got whiskers too, right? So I'm putting the rubbing alcohol is irritating it, no doubt. Now the hydrogen peroxide uh seemed to help, but it's not bubbling anymore, so I don't think it's doing anything anyways. Finally, I'm putting this on, and then we're talking 3, and it gets worse, and it starts to spread. So obviously, I got some kind of infection, but it won't. Wouldn't, don't you got? So I'm on my 2nd round of antibiotics. I've tried everything, Neosporin. Preparation H. I mean, I've thrown it. I mean, I tried everything now. No, I mean any kind of like anti-steroid like hydrocodone cream, a little bit that you get for a rash or whatever that I've had, right? Uh, that helps a little. That helps the inflammation, but it just seemed to kind of look. I don't know, y'all, man. Can y'all start praying for me? Cause all I know is if you was in a place where it was dirty or something. I mean, like if I was homeless or like in some place where I couldn't keep. I mean, I'm telling you, this could. While I read about it, I said, "Oh, hey, what's a carbuncle?" Oh, yeah. So I finally, because doctor's orders ain't quite really doing it, right? So hey, maybe I'll read something finally, hey. So I get to read. Look, this type of thing apparently can, depending on what's going on, like if you real stressed, you know, you ain't getting sleep eating. Remember, I added the vitamins, Daddy, and what can happen now? This is the dangerous part. It don't matter if you're John Wayne or not. Your body can get a staph infection, and your face can fall off. Yeah, not just it's not just going to leave you with some big ugly thing, so you can't never get a date, but your face is going to fall off, boy. So good thing I'm getting lots of rest, drinking, lots of water and stuff like that. Hey, but I can't. I mean, I've been praying. I anointed it with, how about you at the church over there with old Bishop Williams and what's her name? Oh man, over there in Brooklyn Park, the Mighty Fortress, the church office, and we're doing the holy anointing. Remember, I'm the only white. There's only one or two other white people there. I'm going to this church for quite a while. When I was younger, just something that happened, and old Bishop William, he come around with the olive oil. No, this was special. I think he got this stuff from Israel. Yeah, this I think he ordered this. This was from the Holy Land, I think. And he come up and he blessed me and he rubbed his finger and said a little prayer. I even tried that with some olive oil. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jesus, for healing this. I mean, I'm trying anything, man. I mean, this is bad. And again, the same principle. You don't want to get on the professor on a Sunday too much, because then he's gonna get irritated, right? And then so you got to balance, right? But I tend to find again, but I'm getting irritated, Daddy. Remember, I'm a little frustrated. I mean, how long can stuff happen to a guy before you go, hey, we know you're kind of annoying, or we know you're kind of slow, we know you ain't got a whole lot of skills, and yeah, you came from a pretty decent family. Your daddy did all right, but he out there, and you the stepchild. What you gonna do, boy? And hey, there are a lot of people in this world, and you're kind of old now. What you gonna do, son? I got you. I understand. So I'm saying, hey, I got to start to figure some of this out on my own. You can fool people. You can get along, but one thing I figured out is you can't make it by yourself. Yeah, I mean, you can do pretty well with some parents and a couple friends. Everyone, you got some AAA, and because that's kind of the direction only children go. If you wouldn't understand unless you asked one. Okay. But anyway, so I'm trying to do this, and so finally I get some of this out. I got some of this finally way back. See, a really nice doctor, man. I had this little thing. in my nose, right? Because you remember, y'all can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you ain't picking your friend's nose. That's just how it is. That's just how it's getting down. Okay. So I don't know what happened. Normally I don't, I don't pick my nose. So, but I got this little infection, and I'm talking no lotion, no nothing. So I had this special. It's I'm not gonna cast my pearls before you send me a private message, and no, I'm just playing. But I got this special ointment. Okay. Only thing, man, this really old guy and really nice guy, man, I'd never know about it. It's the only thing that will help. But every time I shave, okay, that irritates it. And then what I've noticed is if you got to leave it, you got to leave the whiskers a little long, otherwise it does something. The skin, I don't know, it seemed to do better. But then if it grow much more, right? I mean, you need like a whole jug of this every time you put it on, and it's prescription. So we got a problem, Houston. We got a problem, and and I'm thinking, well, that's nice. What you worried about? Well, cause I'm worried about like getting a staph infection. Okay, but they remember how I said somehow things seem. Look, I just sitting in here minding my business, really trying to defend myself, right? Trying to let y'all know what I'm about. But somehow things just happen. I'm thinking it's I'm thinking it's a combination of being a really, really good Christian. This makes people mad sometimes. Being, like I said, a little slow, a little stupid, a little annoying. It's a little of everything. You remember they got them Georgia Guidestone things, and I'm not sure who's running that, but I'm pretty sure I might be somewhere down on their list. They thinking, hey, he might be expendable or something. I don't know. And then they send out the Secret Service spiders. I mean, I don't. I'm just thinking here now, because after a while you're wondering, hey, what can I do? We got old Keith Ellison. We got a Muslim, first Muslim. I mean, that surprised me. Nothing against Muslims again, okay? But this is Minnesota. This is there any other Muslim? And he's a little controversial. There was that he had some book, and he was posted on. Um, some was it some communist manifesto or something? He was in a and it was a big deal for a while. I don't know. They squashed it pretty fast, and all of a sudden nobody was talking. But it was huge. I almost ruined his career. But of course, he's on the left, so it didn't go nowhere. Okay, but it was a huge deal. So how'd you get on that topic again? I'm not sure. Point is, I don't know what to do about this. Most of the time, I mind my own business, but I'm getting. Oh, you know, why does stuff happen to me but not other people? Is what I'm at. How does he get out of that? But I can't even sit and mind my own business and without getting no Secret Service spider up my. I mean, I'm telling you, I got pictures. I mean, we're talking. I mean, this is a carbuncle from hell, if that's what it is. And I know, like I said, I'm kind of chubby, kind of a fat guy now. But look, I shower every day. I clean my. Like there ain't a whole bunch of like dirt. I don't work outside. I'm not in the wood business no more. And I don't work in a restaurant, so there's not a whole bunch of grease in there anymore. I mean that idea that this would. I'm a pretty sanitary guy. Why the doctor can't give me something or what the right antibiotic or what could I mean, I sleep every night. I eat vitamin C. I started the vitamins. I've been taking them for a couple weeks now. Mm, and so I get it down pretty much where it seemed like it's not irritated, and I get it pretty close, right? And so I did a little looking, and they're like, well, you can try some aloe vera with tree oil. And oh, look at that, sorry. Wait. Well, look at that. I just happen to have a little bit of that. I put a little. I thought, hey, I'm gonna try because I got it down there pretty good. It seemed like that other ointment was kind of maxed out again, like this here. And man, that just inflamed it. I mean, went straight back to the pits of hell. The other thing is they said zinc, and so hey, guess what? I didn't know till just this morning. Did you know what bacitracin is? Oh, it's a whole bunch of zinc. Kind of like this stuff, but it go on your skin, So I tried a little bit of that too. So I don't know which one. No, I didn't put that on, did I? I don't know if I tried that one yet. I'm getting frustrated, yo. And so until I talk to the old professor, right? I mean, I got to do something like if I'm going to spend 20 hours, because hey, look, if it take you 10 hours, you went to Indiana State University, right? Or wherever it is. Okay, you went to like a real school, right? So, like if it take you 10 hours to like do your dissertation thesis or whatever, it's going to take me probably double or triple. It's just the way it is. Okay, because I'm not interested. So I want to help people. So I'm thinking, what can I do? I mean, the only practical thing, right? If I'm telling you, like clean water, the fish, it's up that way. What they got up there? You got like what fast food, and you got the paper place. Unless you're going to work online, but again, that's what's so frustrating getting to be an old timer, getting to be an old man. Say, but don't forget, I'm in my prime. Okay, I really am. I mean, I look pretty much like this since I'm 28. Okay, that's what they say. Old Marcus, old Marcus Carlson, he told me, he said, when we was painting them fancy houses over there, in White Bear, and where else was we at? Up in Harris, and where else did I go with that guy? We was I won't say White Bear, I think North Oaks. Oh yeah, him and his daddy. The best painters. Yeah, the Carlsons up in up Highway 8 there. The daddy, real nice, pretty nice guy. Gerald. Yeah. Oh, Marcus told me back in the day. He says, "Hey, son. Hey, bro. Yeah, yeah. I took a shower in that guy's house. Okay. Yeah, we went over to Osceola one time, once or twice or something. Uh, and he says this is all downhill after 28, Nick. I said, okay. I never forgot that. Uh, old George, from Michigan. He married to Marcus and Kevin's uh, sister. Yeah. So worked for them for a while. They were really good to me. Patient. They were definitely patient. Probably more friends than an employer a lot of times. So they let me get away with quite a bit. But I tried to work hard. I really did, and I enjoyed it. But what you're gonna do up north? I suppose you could maybe like. I've watched enough paint dry, as like they say. I've had enough people make fun of me, but I mean, I don't mind painting a little bit, maybe. But like it's unless it's new construction. If you're doing old construction, it's rough. It's rough work. It's dirty. You're getting carbuncles. It's tough. Tough living there. Tough way to earn a living. So I did that when I was in my 20s. Um, you know, so I'm thinking, hey, I'm going that way. I guess unless I end up back in Minneapolis, right? But you way too. You see, a guy like me, I couldn't make it down there, right? I mean, how am I going to make it? I got a Bible that says, I don't want to be controversial anymore because they're going to be like, well, you probably deserve that on your neck there if you say homosexuality is a sin. You're probably getting judged by God now, right? Right, Nick? Nah, I don't know. Used to. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do this paper on. Yeah. So it's probably something else. Probably had nothing to do. I'll guarantee it. I'll bet the farm. It had nothing. It had nothing to do with me suggesting, hey, there's five of us. There's five questions. Let's just post here. If anybody see this, go down there in alphabetical order. That ain't why I'm working on my own. I guarantee you. They might want to say it is. So I'm saying they got a paper industry up there. They got Subway. Roger Dodger. He about retired now. He might be able to get you a job at Subway for a little while, way up there, you know. But Roger Dodger, he won the Arctic Cat. So I'm too old to go to work with PT. So I'm too old to be banging around framing houses, right? So what am I gonna do? Man, I want to help people. It's not only is it's practical with the population, with my skill set, with where I'm at in life at my age, competing against all these young guns, right? So it makes sense. Not only does it make sense, it's actually who I am. You might be surprised about, well, you're kind of a controversial kind of guy. I mean, you sure you're that nice? You sure you care about people that much? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I want to. Like if I could end hunger, I'd end hunger. Like I said, all this. Think of there'd be a job there now. That's what I should talk to Keith Ellison. We should figure out a way. All this food that these people's throwing away. I think they have some. They allow some of it, right? Just, the tons and tons of food we taught they get thrown out every night. We ought to be like rounding that up and getting that to people that are hungry, or something. But then they got then they got all these laws that yeah, it ain't safe and all that. So, well, I guarantee if we go into if we go into World War III, oh, they won't be worried about all that EPA and all the hey, you can't eat, you can't do that. So, so I'm thinking, well, like I said, I wasn't a world class snowmobiler, but I can give most guys. I'm pretty old now, but back in the day on the I mean, that's like riding on the 35W. Y'all ever been up on the Tacanac? Or how about like the what do they call it? The Sioux line up there, Coleraine, like 100 mile straight shot, man. You're driving 120 miles an hour for like 6 hours straight. Or on the old Taconite Trail, huh? It's like a 3-lane interstate, man. I mean, so I could still probably get most guys a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a long time. So I'm thinking I like snowmobiles, and I know we got always. Maybe I thought way back in the day. I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, if I had to work in a factory or something, hey, for 10, $12 an hour, hey, I like snowmobiling. Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll go work for Polaris or something. And like I said, all them Scudeers and Yamaha chops and stuff, they're all like, I felt like I was riding a bicycle, or something, or a motorcycle or something. It's too all handlebar, man. I don't be down on that ground. I'm going around that corner. I'm gonna bury myself into that, It's just all that steering and stuff. Okay. Anyway, so what you gonna do, Camp? I'm trying to get rid of this, man. Would somebody start praying for me, please, in the name of Jesus or whatever? Hashem. You're Jewish. You want to pray for me? You got any doctors out there got some special ointment they can send me? I mean, I got TMJ too, y'all. I don't know what it stands for, but basically, you grind your teeth at night like a horse. That's the other reason, honey. We're gonna have to have separate beds. I'm pretty sure. That's okay. You know. Um. Uh, so the NTI guy, right? I mean, used to be able to get it. It's like you send it to a thing. It costs you $2,000, right? But it really is just a piece of plastic. And they used to have some dentists. They make it right chairside. I mean, that guy was going to send me. He was going to send me all the time. His wife had cancer. I wonder how she ended up. He's out in San Diego. Ain't a bad little thing. He got it. I mean, I don't know what happened, man. It was. He must have just gave. He must have made a bunch of money and said, "Hey, forget." I'm surprised nobody. Because I tried to look it up one day. I can't really find it. But it was the only thing I could find that you could actually sleep with, other than like a full, like a horse bridle. And I don't know about y'all, but the big old, I mean, trying to sleep with a bunch of plastic. So that little thing, that NTI, and he's like, hey, find anybody, I'll send a bunch of stuff for free. And I'm like, cool. So I'm thinking, look, if there's a doctor out there, if y'all know what I got to do with this, it's been months. The old Steinhammer, he says, hey, just keep putting that on there. And like I said, honest to goodness, I hadn't put none of that trio or nothing, but this just twice a day, clean it with soap, antibacterial soap, like I was told, and it started, it started spreading again. So, like I said, I mean, I ain't been around any, I ain't, how do I keep it G rated, kids? Okay, I haven't had a girlfriend for quite a while, and probably be right. I'm not a bad looking guy. You're like, yeah, maybe there is something a little out. Wait, man, what's going on with you, man? But like I said, I mean, I'm not in it for just being with somebody, right? I want it to be ordained from the heaven of heavens. You know that guy that said, I am that I am? Yeah, I want it sanctioned. Like, this is permanent. This ain't, hey, but maybe we'd be married for a little while. I mean, that's forever. Okay. I figure maybe I got till I'm 50 before my hair starts falling out and it really turns gray. Maybe, if it's in God's will. In Jesus' name. So, but I ain't had any contact. Put it this way, I ain't had contact with nobody. I've been in this house, 6 feet. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. Getting frustrated. Thank God. I know I'm a little weird, but again, you ain't gonna find no cigarette butts around here. There ain't a beer can, no alcohol. And if you want me to take a hair follicle, heck, I can even give you a blood sample if we really got to do it. So outside of that, I'm not bothering nobody. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know what to do, Daddy. How's it going? You got I ain't about a week. I suppose you're busy with the insurance. I figured you was gonna call me by now. I was trying to be respectful and leave you alone because I know. I mean, half your house burned down, and you're up there with old Paul, Apostle Paul. That's the other thing. If y'all give me a hard time, I mean, this guy went to Southern Cal, okay, accountant degree, you know, freelance CIA analyst. Now, he covers as a what is it up there? You know, uh, I don't know, some insurance broker adjuster or something he tried to say. Whatever. He get to sit on the computer all day. Not a bad gig if you can get it. And I'm thinking, this guy, and all I ever hear from my daddy is, hey, this guy is always at the single functions, right? And this is a nice looking guy, good big old, big dude, right? Back in the day, I mean, you wouldn't have messed with this guy, right? Athletic, come from, and so he got bored. I guess he got bored with the accounting, and so then he went into flooring and kind of little construct. He could make more money, and then he got bored. Hey, I'm getting old, and went into the real estate a little bit there. But the guy's been going to the single church, going to church every Sunday and Wednesday for like the last 50 years, in singles groups, and he still ain't married, or he don't have even a parent. That's what he said. So I'm saying, if you getting on me, if that guy can't even get a date, hey, don't be wondering about me. So, anyways, Daddy's house caught on fire. So, yeah, maybe you want to, probably, maybe let Daddy call you. No, don't be bothering Daddy. Leave him alone for a few days. House just caught on fire. Talk to insurance industry, right? Yeah, see, I'm a normal guy. I know how to think a little. But he called me. Finally, I was busy. I gotta call him back later. But so what you gonna spend 20 hours? This is a whole, this is a capstone. I can't think of anything that's publicly traded that has views of food industry, but it's near impossible to find anything that I would enjoy, because it's got to be for profit if we're gonna do, we're actually gonna do some real calculations in terms of, what the scope of the class is, and so he said he could modify it a little bit at the end. We could probably move some stuff around, let you do a little nonprofit. So I'm thinking, I'd like to work with, homeless shelters, food pantries, places that working, sliding fee medical places, things like that, Yeah, because I seriously, think, it's a weird, especially when I get older, you want to have something. I mean, I want to have something that they can convict me for being a Christian, not just, I don't want. I'm sick of having old Ellen DeGenerate on the horn there. Hey, see, ever watch her show? She doing that? I said, there got to be somebody doing it. Hey, tell them, say that to them, and tell them to go over there, and they laughing in the background or something, I mean, I don't know, because how all that could happen to a nice guy like me. I guess they say nice guys finish last. So I don't know what to do, folks. Like, I'm thinking we're gonna have to get old Dr. Keith to go ahead and take the razor blade and just cut that out, and then I don't know, because it don't seem to wanna. It get pretty close, but then I can't seem to get it, and then I don't know. I try the stuff they say, and it just keep inflaming it. So he said, well, just leave it alone. But then it don't quite get 100%, about 90%. How long you can only take them antibiotics for so long, I guess. Although I was doing a little like some people take antibiotics for acne or something, like permanently. Like that was like, I remember that. My mom was a nurse, remember? She's like, she was always worried about that. Like I remember that always. Like, how they always ask you, when's the last time you took it? How long you don't want to take this all the time, because then it ain't gonna work, right? So I don't want to take it for too long, because if I really get that virus, like, and when can I get my shot? Yeah, I want the triple dose. Any of you paranoid types out there afraid there's body parts or whatever in there. Go ahead, send it on over here. I'll take it. I'll take it triple dose. Because I got to get rid of this. So I'm thinking, what else? So I had already been thinking I'm going to do the paper industry. What are the odds? Now she take my topic too. You can't make this stuff up, folks. This is made for television. Oh, I remember I had thought so I'm bored. I'm not bored, but like I got to have I could sit, sure, Camper, go read your Bible, boy. Could be quiet. Get off the Mac, son. You're making we don't want to hear you talk. No. Well, again, we pass some time, and there's a lot worse things I used to do. I used to drink, a fair amount of beer. I was pretty good at that. And it got me in some trouble. So I quit that way back. But there's other stuff you can get in, your mind. You can start. So, I mean, this here kept me out of trouble. Everybody know I'm okay. Ain't no problems. And I'm like, you ever go? Like I said, I probably should go back to law school. Is what I should do. Because I'm telling you, you don't pay a lawyer to defend you. You pay a lawyer to tell you stories. Precipice law is what you do. Go into a lawyer's, he'll just tell you stories. Give him $300, give him 3,000. What I found though, that was one thing though that was good of talking. In my free time when I get off work, instead of going to the bar, I'd go to Pal Talk. It's kind of like a lawyer. I think the reason they do that partially, it's not just because they like to talk. It's because when you talk about something out loud, your brain hears it. Same principle. I've been reading the Bible out loud, so they can come with that old mark of the beast or whatever. Can we just, before y'all come and bring me to the, anywhere? Can I please heal this up? Is that asking too much? So if they take the Bible from me, because you can't hardly I can't even buy a newspaper. If they take my Bible, look, I've been reading it out loud. Y'all can't take it. It's up here. I get it. I don't know that much, but I know enough, right? So, but all them years talking to people, it helped me develop the way I think, right? The way I think. So, what am I going to do though? Is, because unless I get a contract, and I mean, the fishing is real good up there. They got that shoreline. Can you think of anything better, folks? Like if you're from Minnesota and you're and you're like, and somebody says, hey, we ought to drive about 6 hours straight north and get some shore lunch and go fishing and go eat us something. And they're like, I don't know. I don't really like it. You'll be like, yeah, are you sure you're from Minnesota? Okay. So yeah, that's like if I had to pick one meal to eat every day for the rest of my life, nonstop. Oh yeah. Walleye and shore lunch. Maybe some beans. Oh, yeah. So, what am I going to do? I want to feel good. I want purpose for this project. I want to do something that I could possibly, and let's be honest, I mean, I'd be lucky to get a painting job, right? So, but I just, I did my tenure in painting. It's time to try something else. Now, we had a guy named Gregory Troy. He worked for us for a while, And he was an accountant, CPA, nice guy, you know, live up there in Ham Lake. Oh, he painted part time while he went to school. So, you know, if it were like some brand new construction, you know, stuff like that, hey, okay. But again, the problem we got, remember, see, you don't have to be real smart to figure this out. Maybe that's why they're so mad at me. They're like, how did that dumb guy figure it out? So if you ain't gonna sit home and eat Cheetos, smoke pot, and play video games all day in mama's basement, what you gonna do? Because it's getting tough. Unless you went to school, doctor, lawyer, accountant, right? I mean, there's only AI is taking jobs. And we was talking about this in class. Anybody can get on a video now, not me, but a podcast. Anybody can be a podcast star, right? So unless you're still connected with people and they got a reason to watch, they ain't gonna watch. There's a gazillion people to talk. I'm talking to my daddy. There's a gazillion people, right? It ain't nothing. Anybody can get a camera and a microphone. Anybody can be a. So is this? Honestly, and what's G rated has completely changed. Now, say I was watching Steve Harvey. Now I like that guy. Family. He's on it. He was doing a little the day before They were talking. They had some about the Super Bowl, right? And he was even talking about church, and he had some really, legends, right? Okay. And he said a couple swear words, and I'm thinking, 20 years ago, I didn't hear none of that. And I'm not getting on nobody. I'm just saying, as a culture, what societal norms, what was normal then, what's normal now, what's acceptable. Personally, like finally, they brought the half naked ladies out in the swimsuits, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I heard a couple border, that's enough. That's good. And I'm really a G rated guy, believe it or not. So I'm trying to think. Like I said, me and old Gary Wilson and Adam, we were in sixth grade. We was at Hamilton Elementary, right? And we went in. We was in the bathroom, and I hadn't gone through puberty, right? So this is border. So if Harvey can get away with what he said with children, this has got to be G rated. So I'm gonna go ahead. This was the joke I was going to tell yesterday, but I didn't. Old Adam was. I'm pretty sure he was kind of like old Johnny Rush boy. I think they held that guy back 2-3 years too, or something. John is gonna want it. He won't punch me. I'm just joking. I mean, old John Rush. I mean, that guy looked like he should have been in GQ, and he's only in the seventh grade. Okay, we're all like, I mean, who is this guy? Like I said, I mean, he's the only one. There was a couple of people that beat me, but he was really in the whole junior high. He was pretty much the only one that could beat me in dodgeball. Like really beat. Like I couldn't get him. I got him like one time, maybe. All right. So we're back. Me and Adam and Gary Wilson, and we're in sixth grade, and we go in the bathroom, and I'm already nervous because these guys are starting to go through puberty, right? And so I'm always like, I don't want to go to the bathroom with the guys. I don't know what happened, but they started. The Bible says See, now this is the other thing. If you can find like the word ass, it's in the King James version. So technically, I don't think it's a swear word. So they got this saying, "Piss it against the wall." It's in the King James Bible. So these guys, that old saying, they was having a pissing match. I don't know what they was doing, but I think they was pissing against the wall. And I happened to kind of walk by as I was walking out, and I figured out real fast when I took a look at Adam, I was not going to be a porn star. Okay, and remember, I learned. I knew right then, you are not going to be a porn star. You better stay in school, son. And so, but then as I hit puberty, and once I hit puberty, I couldn't run anymore, so I knew I wasn't going to be an athlete. But I was never fun, and um, I was never real good at it. Wasn't super smart. Basic math, and I would remember stuff. I could memorize stuff pretty well. So that carried me through for pretty much through the 10th grade, and then it's tough to learn, and so and then if I'm not interested, so you say, well, what are you gonna do? Well, that's what I want to get this off my neck first. If we don't get this out, if we don't get this fixed, I don't care about nothing. I need a little help here. Can I get some prayer warriors on the horn here? I mean, pray for me, please. And I mean, we said it was just a little. I'm serious. I read about. Go read about a carbuncle. I mean, old Dr. Cook here, like out there in Woodbury, and I'm like, what's a carbuncle? Car uncle? Is that like my uncle in a car on his way to Taco Bell or what? And I'm thinking, I never heard that. And I go read my Bible that night. Sure enough, there the word is. I can't ever remember seeing that, and I've been reading it 20 years. Carbuncle. I Google carbuncle. It can kill you. Oh yeah, if you out running, you get all high and dry. You running downtown too. You ain't taking care of yourself. You get a little tired. You get a little of something else, a little bacteria. I mean, your face can fall off. It's called a staph infection. You die. I mean, the odds of it are not real high, but it's not something you want on your face for 6 months that keeps coming and going like it's some kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, what do I do? Because I'm pretty sure, like obviously God's got me in Forest Lake. I mean, you don't just go to Forest Lake for no reason other than, because mama's down, she over on Third Lake, right? God's got me here for something. So, like I said, I mean, they got that real clean water up there. There ain't no Asian. They don't got no carps jumping all around in the boat yet. Hopefully, we got to fix. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Supposedly, they stopped it down there in Minneapolis, but can you imagine a guy like me trying to walk the streets of Minneapolis now? I mean, honestly, back in the 20 years ago, which is what I did all over Target Center and stuff, I was friends with everybody. Like I said, I mean, I went to the gay 90s and and I probably even went in a couple, well, it was out of necessity. It would have been like on a Sunday or something. I mean, it would have been on like a Thanksgiving or something. And I was at the Target Center working out, and it was the only place open, and it's like 40 below, and the only place to get a beer is like the gay bar that was open. So I probably went in there one or two over 10, and probably had a beer or something. Other than that, that's the only reason I was in the gay bar. Okay, but I don't have, the point is, I don't have a problem. I'm not a homophobe. But nowadays, just the fact that I am a Christian, right? Remember, I'm mostly G-rated. I'm trying to, I try to keep my humor clean so that it's kid friendly, right? And if old Harvey, he can tell them, I mean, hey, I'm a Boy Scout. Okay, so look, what do I do? I'm getting frustrated. I feel like I'm being mindful. I'm applying my DBT, right? And I'm trying to do the next right thing. I'm trying to be kind according to the Bible. Not always perfect. Um, so hey, with the way I'm telling y'all, I mean, what are you gonna do? And especially if you ain't connected, you ain't got a network, you an only child now too? Oh boy. I mean, how many times did you take your marbles and go home, boy? You know, and now you got that crazy woman out there. I mean, she gonna Well, they got a paper mill, but she took that topic. So I'm thinking, I don't know. What am I gonna do? So I'm still hoping to find, but see the problem we got to find somebody. See that's a good thing. If I get on here, you're gonna find somebody. I mean, the first 500,000 are gonna be no. But again, we only need one, right? We got to find a guy that can sit next to me for 8-10 hours a day, and I get to ask him questions about accounting. Yeah, that's a tall order. But I'd like to work for a smaller, kind of a family orientated Christian company. But hey, all them spots are taken. Okay, we got 10,000. I mean, brainiacs, really smart accountants, right? And they some of them are trying to find jobs. So I'm trying to be realistic here. That's why I considered Kelly. I considered it, but I'm realistic. I'm practical. Are y'all praying yet? But I got to be myself. So I don't mean no problems. Just want to read my Bible, learn as much about accounting, get a job. It's like old Linda McCann says, Linda McCann. She, well, there's lots of staff accounting job, So we start somewhere, but what's my topic right now? I don't know. I'm still waiting. Professor Won't. He's at church or something. So, man, it's cold out. It finally got cold. It's like 20 below. And my furnace is ticking like, and I'm not talking 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 4, 10. No, I mean, sounds like a time. So I got locating wires look like a pipe bomb out on my, I got 5 guys, and I ain't talking about the sandwich place. I got 5 guys, take 3 hours to put that there, whatever they say is some kind of locating wire. Go take a look. Why Xcel Energy ain't come out and made that permanent? Y'all tell me. And I got a furnace from when the first time 1987, the old Twinkies won the World Series with old Kirby Puckett. Remember him? Man, that was bad. He got the glaucoma. He was down in Arizona. How did that guy? Man, he died way too early. So hey, it can happen to anybody. Oh, Kirby Puckett, huh? The old Metrodome. Some of y'all. Yeah. That was the second time I cussed. I swore, I think. Remember? First time was with Pete. Mama cut us. Pete was pushing them cigarettes on me, And and then old Tommy took me to the first time in the Metrodome, and I think I said the F word. I was like, I took a look around and I thought, holy, whoa. I mean, we arrived. We're here now. So, but I don't try not to swear. I really don't. And I know I wouldn't want my kids, but if old Harvey, I wouldn't tell that joke. Like if I was a dad, I'm sure I wouldn't say that joke. But I'm not, Well, if I was head kid with kids like around me, I don't think I'd tell the porn joke. But hopefully that's. I mean, I'm serious. Listen to what old Harvey was saying last night, and all I said was I'm not going to be a. I mean, pretty much everybody knows what a porn star is, right? I didn't get graphic, right? I mean, look. I don't know how this goes. I mean, look, like I said, the bylaws in this here is like this thick. And so, I mean, they can find any reason. They can find any reason that I think, and that's part of the problem. So we'll see how long they let the old camper dog. What you think, dog? No. We'll see how long they let me. I don't think I've done anything. I don't think Mike Lindell really did anything. You know, when people start silencing your First Amendment, when all you're doing is saying, we think there is voter fraud, and I don't know if there's voter fraud. I really don't. I mean, there's reports down in, where was it, Arizona? I mean, they got them on video. They kept sending the thing through the machine, I guess. I mean, I don't know how the machine would. I mean, you'd have to have some programmer on the other side looking the other way, right? But or something. But apparently, there's a little bit of that's always gone on. But it's the idea that you silence somebody, and then not only that, you get rude. All the while, you demand people to respect you and accept all your positions. It's okay for you to be rude to a guy that did pretty well coming from being a crackhead. And this ain't, I'm not making fun of him. Hey, I tried a few drugs, but that's his testimony. Okay, so hey, if he made $1 million putting chopped up rubber into a pillow, well, I mean, who is Brian Wayne? Well, pardon me, sir. Excuse us, Brian Williams. I mean, that is those kind of attitudes, folks, that see, they'll say, well, oh, look at old Camper Boy. You wonder why you're having a few problems. Well, why is it okay for Brian Williams them to silence Mike Lindell's mic, cut him off for basically saying what we know happens? But I mean, I don't know. I didn't look completely at it, but it's one of those topics where who cares? It's not illegal. I mean, is it illegal to make an accusation? I mean, it's not like he attacked anybody directly, did he? I mean, there's not like a crime in progress. I mean, he's just making an accusation. I mean, okay, it has yet to be fully substantiated, but I don't know. But the way they treat him, it becomes, isn't it like, don't they call that like an oligarchy or like or what? It's like a, don't quote me. I have no idea what that word means. Sounds cool though, don't it? You know what I mean? Something like we're supposed to be equal, and when you do that, and you wonder why people are starting to get a little goofy. Not me, you know. So how did you get over on that, Camper? I'm not sure. Oh, one other thing I thought about though when I was, if I was thinking, hey, if I ever come up with enough to make another video, which I wasn't going to make a video, but I just did. So from my daddy now, I'm pretty much just talking to my daddy. See, but one of the things I forgot to tell you about when you go over it, like, so when I went to buy a ticket to get out of there, remember I couldn't secure the hotel room. No lock, no. I mean, it was just. It looked like somebody kicked it in, actually, and they just never fixed it. And you could just kind of close it. And they wouldn't give me a different room. Didn't have nothing. I'm too tired to go find another hotel. It's either drop dead Fred, sleep right there, or go back to the airport and get out of Dodge, right? And I'm like, like I said, I mean, so, well, that's what you get, Camper, for showing up out there without. I don't know. I mean, you could pretty much go to any major city, and I could get on a red eye right now to any major city, and I have to do a little. Might have to pay $400 for a room, but I'd probably find me a room with a nice lock on it, you know. And they couldn't give me one, so I finally get back in there, and right, and they got this bench, and it's like 6 feet from the counter where you buy the ticket to try to get out of there. And I mean, I don't know what if that was their old prison or something, but I mean, they had these chains. Like, remember I told you, old Hennepin County there is like a World War II prison. It's you won't talk about the clink. I never knew what they meant when they kept. Oh, you go there. You so if you're not up, if you go to well, I don't know if they redid that. I haven't been there for 25 years. Remember, kids. Remember, y'all are riding around smoking weed, and the cops don't. As long as you ain't robbing nobody, they don't bother you. Yeah, we used to have to spend 30 days in the clink, and that was after they brought in 3 German Shepherds and 15, SWAT team and had you at gunpoint, and they tore your car apart. Okay, yeah, impound your car. I mean, like they was looking for an 8 ball of crack. I mean, or a pound. Okay, so be thankful. All that. So I think I was doing 30, whatever, 30 days. So yeah, you learn what they mean when the clink. So they got these chains, man. It made me. I was like, once I saw those, I was like, yeah, can I play? Can you hurry up? T minus 20, man. T minus 2. Can I get that ticket? I may get it. I mean, it was like they get like, why do you have it? You got must terrorists, I guess, right? I mean, but it was kind of strange. I mean, they got literally like changed to like a regular looking bench, and I'm thinking, I mean, you got to be a pretty mean dude if they're gonna put you. I forgot that one. That was a more interesting thing I saw when I was in Tel Aviv. So yeah. So I'm not looking for anybody to do my work for me, right? I would never do that. I just need a little direction, kind of like in life, Daddy. I just need a little, other than, hey, come on, don't worry about old crazy Leslie. But you just stay out of. No, we try to stay out of her way. That didn't work 50 times. So, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I guess snow. And you know what, old Randall, you know what he's gonna do now? He's gonna be like, you're giving me a headache, son. Go ahead. I'll change all the rules. I've had enough. Go ahead, do the paper industry. But see, now I can't do that because it's who it is. If it was somebody else, I would do it. But if you think at this point, after all I've been through in that rig, if you think I'm going to be posting contending with, no, we ain't doing that. So I got to find something else. We ain't doing. Forget the paper, old Mister Old Randolph. Forget telling me it's okay to do the paper industry too. So I got to. I don't know. I'm not really in the. It's expensive. My body, yeah, okay. If I was gonna fly in and snowmobile in ice fishing or something up, in Canada, but you can't get in Canada if you got a parking ticket. So I ain't going into Canada. But if I'm maybe have a snow machine, I'd use it a few times if I lived up north. I ain't interested in driving through no ditches and all that. I'm too old for that. But if we got a practical purpose to have a snow machine, we're going fishing or something. We're gonna okay. You can't use a 4-wheeler or whatever. All right. Other than that, I really ain't interested in snowmobiles anymore. So what can I do that? See, this is how I'm thinking. I know. Oh, Daddy's gonna. You overthink things. You've been doing this. I understand. Overthink stuff. But again, I mean, I've only been wasting. I mean, I don't think this is a waste because I think this gives you good insight into your son's thinking, probably. And I got to do it. It's got to be a reason if I'm going to do it. There's got to be potential for either helping somebody, or for sure helping somebody, or maybe help or going in that direction. Maybe you're going to make a difference in some. Maybe you're going to put it. Maybe somebody will feel better about life and they'll eat a meal, they'll get some warm clothes, they'll have a place to sleep. No, they won't turn. There's a lot of people suffering. You'd be surprised if you ain't never. And you say, well, that's it. I guess maybe like I said, I'm just more of a person that I'm not the type of person that goes about life thinking, oh well, I got what I got, and hey, I figured out life, and I learned how to make some money, and I got with the right people, and hey, I donate a couple $1,000,000 a year. I don't, hey, you go do what you want with it. No, I'm always, I know because well, I've been there, right? And so I'm always trying to be mindful of to be a good have a global perspective, as I've learned that at school, right? So I try, and I have a really hard time doing stuff that didn't. I mean, I know there's a certain amount with it that you just can't. But if I get to pick something, right? So most of them are saying, most old daddies say, just do it, man, to get it out. No, it's not very often that I get to completely have, so I don't know. But, so I wanted a little direction, but I got to get rid of this, man. Come on. Yep. Oh, I got a breach. I think I got a breach in security. I better check that out. I think they might be trying to sneak a ghost in here again. I better see what that's about. So, what am I gonna do? Well, I gotta decide pretty soon. So what did you do today? Yeah, I got to get to working, but then I seen, and I got one other thing I got to do for the week, but there's really no, I got to get these discussions done, right? So my mind's geared up for that. I'm not the type of guy that, believe it or not, with the way I talk about all sorts of different things at once. I've kind of got a deadline coming up, so I don't want to get too. Even though it won't take that long, I don't want to. I'm thinking about heavy about a major project, right? And so I don't. I want to think about that before I move on to something. Oh. So you say, well, what are you eating today, old camper? Hey, what did I tell you? I still got some tuna left. I got I got some whole wheat crackers here. My roommate is home. You said, well, let's see. You sound. I mean, y'all hopped up on something there. Oh, not me. Oh no, I'm eating. Okay. Tuna. Uh-oh, I gotta clean. I'm a little. When I get nervous, which I guess maybe I start talking. Is that what it is? I mean, and I always eat with my mouth closed, right? I have never written a book like Mr. Brian Williams with the Great Poem, but I do have some basic manners, don't I? You know. So, like I understand, like you get so many, like, how could even daddy watch? I mean, he got football to do. He retired. So pretty soon they're going to be, he's going to be like, man, I don't even know where to stop. So I get that, but whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty cool. I never thought about, it never really interested me until I felt like I had to start documenting my life so that, right? All they can accuse me of is half a weirdo. Right? Beyond that, the dog's barking. It really the barking is it really, I'm really sensitive. My so these dogs bark. Hey, Tommy, you want to say hi? You're live on YouTube right now. We're streaming around the world. Anything you say right now is being recorded, not only live, but anybody on the entire planet Earth could see. You got anything to say? Anything nice? You want to say hi? Hi. Yeah. That's old Tommy there, huh? Getting some ice, filling up his drink. So I started making some YouTube videos about what I do with my life, and I'm making one right now. So yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah. So the dog's barking. Like if y'all ever talk to Avis, right? Avis and Julene, she work out there. Pretty nice. I mean, she's my mother's sister. Okay, but other than that, she went to school for like what? University of Minnesota. She's real good at I guess writing or whatever, literature and the arts, and so she moved to Portugal and France and all that. Works for the United Nations. Yeah, I got an aunt that does like freelance editing. I don't know, translating documents, which I'm kind of surprised that there's actually a job for that anymore. I guess there's always something, but I don't know. I would think I've never really asked her exactly what she does, but I was always surprised with so much, with the advancement of so. But the way I understand it, right? She I don't know, the document they want to make a deal, and then they send the document in one language to her or something, and then she, I don't know, something like that. But she's real sensitive too. So, excuse me. Can I have another cracker? Excuse me. What are you gonna do? The problem with live. See, normally, I mean, I just haven't had time. I got stuff to do. Time is short. I got work. I got work to do. I mean, I'm lucky I can even make these videos. I mean, I'm a busy man. I got places to go, people to see. I got things to do. Maybe. So I'm just happy I can make these videos, right? But if I stop this, right, then I gotta go read back, go live, and it's gonna, normally if I'm gonna clear my throat, I could pause, right? But I'm gonna have me another cracker. Is that okay with y'all? You mind? Is it okay? Cracker? Put an olive on it. Put an olive. Huh? Look at that. Oh, I think I better address the dog box. Did y'all see? All right. If you go to you know, Valley Center, or Valley Center, California. You go to my daddy's house, you got dogs pissing on. I don't know where he get the paper. He got connections. Because I can't get no paper. But he's still getting the papers, I guess. But he won't tell me his secret. I guess, I don't know. You go to his house, he got little dogs. Well, he only got one or two left, I think, he said. They kind of moved, after he stepped on about two or three, Leslie got to crying, and she like, I can't handle this anymore. You keep killing my little doggies, So I think they're real expensive when they get health problems. I think they kind of got away from that. And he got this Great Dane that got the thing I got. How ironic is that? But if you go to his house over the last 25 years, you got doggies pissing on paper all over the California kitchen, the California tile, okay? So don't be coming at me. I mean, I learned it from him. Monkey see, monkey do. But I'm going to show y'all what I did. Okay, see that? Now, I used to have a bigger one. That's what that piece of wood right there is. You see that piece of wood right there? I mean, that's like a 6-foot piece of wood, right? I had a huge dog box. Okay. All right. Because I live, I learn. I'm always trying to develop things, and being an engineer, having an engineer mind, architect. So, I stepped it up. Hey, what else can we do but just lay paper on the floor and just let them piss, because then it run everywhere. And then you got to come with, so I'm thinking, a piece of wood, little plastic, and a couple, kind of a little perimeter to contain it. You change the plastic every once in a while. That was cool when you could get all the paper. I can't even hardly buy a newspaper anymore, yo. It only got like 4. It would literally cost me, $10 a day. So what you doing? Hey, $2. These are $2. I try to make. So what I'm doing, I'm serious. There's like one place left in town where you can get a local. They put the ads or, the fly. I got a little paper left that because I knew it was coming. I got basic instincts, right? I knew that there was going to be a time because they're doing everything gradual. Which it's a double-edged sword, and that's why I decided to, take off the mask, camper. You just put yourself out in front of the whole world. You've been running your mouth on Power Talk for 10 years off of talking to you. Just go ahead and show them your face now. Get off of there. Because at least you can see me, so nobody can make something up crazy. Look, hey, if you put me up against anybody in the world, I ought to be running Interpol, okay? Look, but if see, like I say, silence is not an option. The devil likes darkness. The devil wants you to cover. The light cannot dwelleth in the darkness cannot dwelleth in light. Amen. Right. So okay. Well, all right. Now you better be try to be a little here respectful, right? Yeah, because look at there's that guy, and there's a lot of crazy people, but there's a lot of people on the internet. Super, athletes, right? So if we got a helter skelter, Son of Sam, Silence of the Lambs, somebody. Hey, like I said, they tried to get me, Jacob Wetterling, and God stopped them. Thank you, Jesus. But I think it's better to go ahead and just show everybody your person. Show them your face. Try to show people how you live, what you're doing. Tell them about your life. And whoever's if anybody get that interested or worried, hey, go ahead, watch the videos. I mean, you're mostly going to be bored or annoyed, or whatever. You're going to think, oh, that guy's a loser. Oh, he one of them. Oh, go listen to this guy. He one of them. He still got the Bible. Didn't we get rid of him? Well, yeah, they almost did when they had me on the Pal Talk arguing too. Fred, worried. I was worried because I knew once I revealed myself, right, my face, right. But I figure I better do it before I get real too ugly and all my hair get gray. Just in case there's like one guy left out there that'll sit next to me for 8 hours and let me ask him accounting questions all day and not punch me in my face. Or if there's just one honey out there that just says, hey, he ain't bad. I mean, he a little old, a little silly, a little good. He ain't that smart. He ain't bad looking. Oh, we could have some nice looking babies, couldn't we? Huh? Oh, yeah, we could have some nice looking. Oh, we could have us a nice little family. We'd be all right. We might give that guy a little go, Hey, whatever. I don't know. Hey, like Daddy says, there's somebody for everybody. Hey, we still trying to prove that one, Daddy. But it only takes one, folks. It only takes one. We only got to convince one gal. Say, hey, all right, fine, I give. I'll marry you. I'll be with you for eternity. I can put up with you. Yeah, you're all right. You're little goofy, little silly, but you're a good guy, hard worker. Yeah, we ain't gonna be rich, but we have what we need. In a world where there's people starving in Africa and all this 6 feet, bada bing bing bing, ain't nobody sitting down to home meals. They don't make them like they used to, but there might be one gal left. I'm thinking maybe one, not many, right? There might be one that say, hey, because like I said, I mean, you go out to California, boy, you got to have some cash money, boy. You ain't getting no girls, but boys, don't be unless you got you hooked up. You ain't going out to California like my daddy no more. Now, unless you really know somebody or you're an athlete or an actor, you ain't talk and forget all that. That's all. You ain't talking to no girls unless you got some scratch, boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some money, big money. They don't even talk to you. They don't. I mean, they don't even look at you. And if you ain't got $1 million in the bank and you say hi to the wrong girl, I mean, you might have a restraining order. I'm just saying. Okay. Now y'all know I'm kidding a little bit, but look, with all the stuff that's going on in the world, that's one of the advantages of being an old timer like me, right? There's still, a lot of people, hey, only half a weirdo, hard worker, good family values. There might be one gal that say, hey, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking, but hey, I'll pray about it a little bit to see what God said to me. But whatever. I'll give that old camper a little chance. You know what I mean? Who knows? Never know. Can't hurt. How you ever gonna know if you hide on Pal Talk would never, you know, listening to them argue? See, that's what happened. They still sitting there. They ran out of anybody to evangelize to because I don't know. Pal Talk got the worst. I swear that's a psyop. That's some kind of subsidized. It started as Fire Talk, I guess. But you don't get no new chatters. And I don't know if they got a hit squad going around, old Billy Bob Soda Pop or Billy Bob 777 and Jeremy and them. I don't know if they're going around just knocking people off or what. But I swear we lost a lot of chatters. They're gone. I don't know where they went. I guess they like me and they're like, hey. But there ain't no new people. I ain't never seen an ad for Pal. It was word of mouth. And like I said, I hardly ever see a new chatter. So all it is a bunch of Christians arguing about why Mitt Romney got magic underwear, or hey, why is the Muslim he want to take a magic carpet ride, or you J Dub, you a Jehovah's Witness? Oh, I can't talk to you. Oh, we don't like you. Oh, you praying to Mary? Hey, oh boy, you Catholics? Nah, we don't like you either now. Oh, geez. Oh, you one of them 5 point Calvinists. Oh, no, can't talk. Oh, we done with you now. Ooh, I mean, all they're doing is bickering and arguing. It's a headache. Yeah, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for, it be kind of like being my after work, instead of going to the bar. Like I said, that's what I did. I went there, but it just the quality, the caliber of chat, and I was always surprised. I guess this shows how old school I am, right? I mean, it's all different, right? But you would think there would be more people, especially with people unemployed or that are at home looking for something to, people to talk to with the virus. I thought for sure we were going to see an explosion of people on Peloton. I really did not, over the last year and a half, I did not see a significant increase in chatters on Peloton. So why that is, I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but point is what? So I'm showing my face for who knows. I didn't even look. Like I said, I mean, if I'm somebody else, I'm like, oh, that's just that dumb. That's just that old guy from Pro. I mean, wait, is he talking again? You know, like I said, yeah, I'm trying to talk to my daddy. Say, well, can we figure something out here, daddy? But I got these things now. But you got to be like a. I mean, I got to have a part time job just to buy these things. So I got some leftover. Uh, I got, because I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a prepper. I got me 3 4 bottles of peanut butter. But I'm not. I got a little leftover paper I was saving up for days like this, and so I mean, I'm. You want to talk about conservative? Okay, look, I'm telling you, I was an original before y'all had the EPA and all that. Oh yeah, I mean, we had it was just called now, remember, see, that's the problem. You said, well, no, I didn't say I was fiscally conservative. I'd say I'm fiscally moderate, you know. Uh, yeah. So, but I'm talking about like, conservative. What that means? That means like when I squeeze this out, I'm mindful that this stuff is expensive. There's a lot of people in the world. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of stuff, especially when they start. Like, remember when we went up to Walmart and there was lines and they only got one door, one way in, one way out, and there's nothing on the shelves? Yeah, you're like, oh, thank you. How much you want for that? Normally they get about $3, $4. I'll give you 20. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I don't want the 20 because it don't matter because it's going to take a wheelbarrow of $50 bills to buy a loaf of bread, and it don't matter. There's only a couple bottles of that. It don't matter how much money I got. I can't even get it. God, give me that bag. So when I squeeze that out of the bottle, I'm like, hey, yeah, just give me just a little bit of that. I'll be all right. Just a tiny bit. I'm cool. That's conservative. That's what we call conservative. Yes. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm just talking to the people that. So I got these. I can get them for now. Can you imagine I mean, I got to go into this business. Can you imagine I got, you know what I got to do? I got to move to Hollywood, become like a dog walker, dog therapist or something. And I'm gonna go into the dog this here. I mean, I'm gonna start selling these for about $50 a piece. I'm gonna get these I'm gonna get these wholesale, and then no, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of them up, get them in a warehouse. I'm gonna be like the only guy that's got them out there in LA, you know, and that I'm gonna be like the only guy they can come get them from, and I get to name the price. That's business. How do I do that? No, that ain't a bad idea. I'm gonna corner the market on these things because I tell you what, you ain't getting no paper. We all done with that. You see, you can't even go up to Menards or Home Depot and get it. You done. You get the idea. So I got these, and I got to look. I mean, you should see me. I mean, if I get anything that could supplement conserve this because I'm thinking this has got to last for 20. I mean, I'm paying $2 a day. Okay. You said, well, why don't you just take your dogs outside, camper? Hell, I mean, you really are slow. No, the problem is sure, they ain't trained to do that, so they don't want to go out. They don't like to go out. And like I said, right now it's 50 below. They wouldn't go out. It's just not trying to retrain them. Sure, yeah, live and learn. If I ever, oh yeah. I mean, you can have this, but yeah, you got to, man, you got to teach them dogs. You got to pay you first of all, you got to send them doggy school. You got to pay 5,000, 10,000, send them to get them real doggy school if you get the money. But at least get them out so they go to the bathroom. So I got these. I can't imagine. I mean, what? That'll be the next thing. Oh, sorry, Nick. We out. Can't get them. We got a new strain of that virus coming through. I can't. My supplier. He can't get a hold of them. We don't know what you're gonna do. Watch that be there. No, I mean at $2 a piece. I mean they trying to sell as many as they can, right? But it seemed a little bit high for a doggy. Just like old daddy said, he got a. I mean, and my daddy. That's one thing I got from them. How to treat animals. We love animals. We are good to animals. We do just about anything, But he so they take them to the vet. I mean, over the years, people seeing how many. I mean, he would take in animals and adopt animals, and he's just an animal guy, right? And so he get a little extra discount. And sometimes they'd have to. I mean, they'd have so many vet bills. I mean, you'd have to be $100 billionaire. And so, but he recently they got got something bit by a snake. It used to be rattlesnakes, right? I don't know. You got something like me. What are the odds of that? We both old Danny boy, huh? What do you call him? And so the Great Dane, they take them and they say, hey, oh, I could fix that for about 20 grand. And my dad's like, oh, well, I just retired. And I'm thinking, he's like, okay, give me the odds. Okay, if I give you the 20 grand, I mean, is that dog gonna live? I mean, he's a Great Dane. They only go to 15. He already about 8, 9, 10. And the doctor's like, oh, maybe about 30, 40%. And my dad's like, hey, you got any other thing? He's like, well, you can try that holistic thing. I mean, let's go do some Googling, old Marky Mark. So my daddy say, yeah, we got some vitamins and all that. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I got to find out. But other than that, I mean, a lot of vet bills. Man, good to animals, though, right? We like animals. Accidentally. Oh, he didn't purposely. Them little dogs, see, that's why I learned. If y'all, we got you on the audio. You one of them wild guys. You one of them wild. We hear you hollering back there once in a while. Yeah, I'll tell you what I do get. I get because I learned my dogs. I ain't never stepped on a dog. I come close a couple times. These dogs are small. Okay. I'm kind of fat, right? And so, yeah, my daddy accidentally in the middle of the night a couple times because these dogs love you so much. I mean, they're down there. They don't know what they're doing. They walk right under your feet. And then you try to avoid them. And next thing you know, you're tripping, breaking your neck all over the floor. So sometimes you're like, hey, you're trying to get them out, wait, look out. You're trying to scare them a little bit so they won't do that, So that's about the only time you see me raise my. Sometimes because I come close a couple times. I mean, all of a sudden you turn around, boom, they're right there, and you're like, oh, So that he didn't do it on purpose, but he still did stuff. I'm gonna find some stuff Leslie did. That's what I'm gonna do. See, we all got stuff. We all got skeletons, right? We all done stuff in general. Why Leslie got to remind me of all that? Remember that? Remember to order that? Huh? She bring out the chest, get me all buttered up. Then she's trying that that mental stuff on me, get me feeling good, right? You know, she and then she come with the triple crown, right? What was it? What did she say? You remember? I have to think about it. But then it's, hey, let's go boogie. Hey, ain't you interested in boogie boarding? You ought to give up that skateboard, boy. I mean, no, I like the skateboard. Oh, no, you want to be a surfer? Come on. But we don't. Wait. Here, that boogie board. Nah, you know I'm playing. Not really. But what you gonna do, Nicky boy? Yeah, and not only did they do that, they called me Nicky. Now, how do you expect a guy to grow up? I'm not talking toxic masculinity because that's what they'll say. They'll say, "Oh, you got toxic masculinity." All the while, all the girls say this is now. See, and I don't even know how you could possibly talk about that without being offended, being offensive, which is bizarre in itself. Because if you're honest, women are encouraged to be independent, strong. You know, you don't need a man, you don't need to be married. Tough, right? And men are praised the other way nowadays. They just are. And if you're not, it's toxic masculinity. So, but how do you expect me to grow up to be a normal guy, not a half a weirdo, and call me Nicky? I mean, last I checked, that was a girl's name. And last time I looked, I'm a guy. And you always call me, not no wonder my daddy was so mad that he wasn't around. He frustrated. I mean, you calling my boy Nicky. No, I think they started that way back, right? But think about it. You know, I'm joking here a little bit, but it wasn't all my fault. I mean, they did a few things to me to get me a little silly. But you got a guy that don't drink, smoke, or chew, and don't go with women that do. Hey, take it for what you want. What kind of paper are you going to do, little Kemper? Yeah, we're going to have to probably just make a decision here. Didn't want to do that. I need to get this thing. Anybody, are y'all praying? You been praying? You got any prayer warriors out there somehow? God sent you to my channel. Bet you're a Christian. You want you're a Jew. You're a Jewish person. You're praying to Hashem right now, help me get this hair off my neck. Because I don't want a staph infection. And so, well, and you know, you figure, well, you ain't helping yourself any there by running, you getting to running your mouth on that. Well, it wasn't working. Whatever I was doing, being quiet. I mean, 6 months of this hair on my neck. I thought, well, maybe hey, I mean, what else could have happened? I die. I mean, at least here I am. My life matters. Black lives matter. Hispanic lives matter. Native American lives matter. Brown, all lives matter. Why are they fighting about that on the internet so much? It's just bizarre. Like the black people will get mad because some of them people on Pal Talk there won't say Black Lives Matter. They'll say all lives matter. I'll say Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. And then the some of the other people get mad at the African American people because they're saying all they'll say is Black Lives Matter. They won't say I'm serious. It's funny, and I don't know why, but why can't we all just get along? I don't know. You know, I'm an old guy. I just want to get along. Like I said, I don't think the answer is tearing down. I mean, what did they say? Changing the names of all the lakes and I mean, if I go down into Minneapolis, I need a map. Like I don't even know And they probably ain't even made one yet, but like I don't even know any of the street names anymore. All because of a guy was a slave trader 150 years ago. I mean, why couldn't it just be like, hey, that guy was we remember it because it was horrible. And how they ever justified that in the Bible, hey, I don't know. So, but why? So, what did they say? If you forget stuff, you're bound to repeat it or something. I don't know. I haven't lived not long enough or experienced enough to say yay or nay. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express a couple times, and I've been listening to people debate for 20 years. Started on the IRC, Pal Talk, Christian Chat, and so I've done my fair share of listening, thinking, considering, and as elementary and you would think so basic, right? On such a simple level, it's amazing how frustrating people would get with me and how they refuse to listen. I mean, I didn't say anything offensive there. I mean, you cannot say that any more neutral, any more politely or respectfully, and yet, oh, that'd be a red dot in like less than a half second. Oh yeah, right now. Okay, again, I've had lots of black friends and associates. Do I think the answer is burning down buildings? No. What is does there need to be some, yeah. What, I don't know. We're going to have to think about that for a while. What do we do? How can we get along? I don't know. I know I want to. I just want to get along have a global perspective. And I'm not picking on Muslims. I'm just saying my experience though is that group has been kind of mean, not like Christians and Jews, and they're kind of they can be kind of, yeah, that's a touchy one. So I don't mean to alienate. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. Because look, I know a lot. There's a lot of good Muslims, a lot of good assets, a lot of good people, just otherwise normal. Just they got a little different religion like everybody else. Just want to work, have a family, and they happen to do it, and they got, yeah, okay. Understand that, but I've had some bad experiences. Just the facts. So I try to be unbiased. I try to be respectful, all the while still practicing my religion and not staying alive. But like I mean, at this point, so I would have rather just rambled on. I'm on okay rant. You said, well, it ain't very intelligent, but like I said, I mean, at least you'll get a real good idea about how the basic things that I have thought about or considered after listening to people debate and talk for 50 years, 20, 10 years, right? And I'll have a record of it. And hopefully, if nothing else, somebody will look at this, and just be like, whatever, no big deal. Everything's cool. That guy's kind of old, kind of uneducated, kind of had an okay life, kind of tried, had a pretty good life, came from a pretty normal, decent family, and he's trying to still have a little life. Pretty normal. So, I don't know. I'm thinking snowmobile then, just because it would be probably. It's not it's not like aerospace. Pretty something straightforward, I guess. We used to have I don't know if they do anymore. They might have moved it down to Mexico. Old Randolph. Do we still got a Polaris and Osceola, or not too far though, across the river there. We used to have a Polaris manufacturer. They used to have a factory, small, a small one. Um, like I'm not interested in being a restaurant consultant, right? Nothing wrong. I mean, hey, I worked in plenty of restaurants, just like painting. I guess if it was the best painters, because, you know, I guess you might want to get work a little bit just for old time's sake, because it's more like family than anything. But going to work for some other stranger, I mean, look, like I said, I mean, if I got half the covenant on the line, if I got the hook halfway in half the covenant, hey honey, what you want, sweetie? Hey, we give you up to half the kingdom. What you need? Huh? I mean, if we talking that, I mean, hey, we'd do anything. Oh yeah, we try. I mean, we probably try till we break our bones, bloody in our fingers. Hey, get to feed the family. But if it just, if it's just me, hey, I mean, I can only do what I can do, right? I mean, and this is the other thing I figured out. Get some of these half the covenants, up to half they got a way of motivating you that just other things just don't do it. I mean, hey, you know, so yeah, I mean, you like you'll see if you watch my. I mean, you might do some things once in a while that you normally might not do just because I mean, boy, that old half that covenant get around, boy. I mean, you get a little look at that. Little, I mean, you might forget what day of the week it is. You know. Okay, I'm just saying. So that's just the way it is for us guys sometimes. Okay, so what do you do? What are you gonna do, camper? Um, I don't know, man. I'm not interested in anything. I'm not interested in being a restaurant connoisseur. Okay, I worked in restaurants enough. I cooked enough eggs. I came home enough as a kid, in my younger days, with enough grease. All in my, I mean, if you ever worked in a restaurant over a grill, I mean, that grease gets everywhere in your skin. I mean, it's, I wash enough paint dry. Now, it's cool though. I mean, I learned enough. Like if half the covenant, boy, you won't get. Hey, honey, I want you to paint. Oh, babe, hey, girl, I can paint. Which you want me to paint? Hey, I paint. We can change the color of the bathroom every week if you want, sweetie. What you want to do? But as far as like, even plumbers now. I used to go over to the Metro Gun Club in Blaine, Minnesota. Is that even say? Oh, God, man, are you allowed to even say that? And shoot the trap and the skeet. And there was a guy over there, nice, cool kid, and his mom was a 5-star general, a woman, 5-star general in the Air Force. Oh, Smokey, oh, you better look out, huh? You hear that? 5-star general, female, Air Force. Oh yeah, boy, man. Oh, whew. Can you imagine? Look, so his dad, but I mean, talk about marrying up, huh? Oh, daddy's a plumber. Now it's all new construction. That ain't a bad gig if you could get those. They paid him. Those guys make. They're like some of them are millionaires. I can't believe how much they paid in plumbers. Hey, old Gordy used to tell old Kemp, "Hey, can I got to keep it G rated." He used the S word. I'll say crap. Hey, all you got to know, Nick, is crap rolls downhill. Yeah, I figured that out quite a bit, didn't I, Grandpa? So you're saying, so this guy, he's going to work with his dad, right? And but it's all new construction. I mean, you don't have to pull out any. Hey, I mean, them guys make good money. But I'm thinking, use a plumber and she a fast. I mean, how'd you do? I mean, he must be real good looking or something. I mean, how you marry up like that? Hey, have to covenant. But anyways, so let's see. I mean, see, that's the problem. Which, yeah, okay, you shouldn't be telling people this. But you know what? Like I said, I mean, the way it was getting, I might as well just put myself out there and just be myself. Yeah, I mean, they already have most. They all that weren't going to talk to me anyways. So what's the difference? And besides, like I said, I'm looking for half the covenant and maybe one or two uh, that I can go fishing or hunting with, because I ain't done that really. But so I never really had a need. Once you quit, you don't drink and you don't. I mean, only child. Yeah, I had like I said, I was friends with everybody for 5 minutes, and yeah, that's fun when you're young, whatever. But as far as wanting, needing to get around, you kind of grow out of that after about 28, I guess. And you're pretty much good I'm good by myself, except for half the covenant. You got to get that, or you ain't got nothing. So, but what are you gonna do? One day at a time. Can I have another cracker? Polly want a cracker? So, yeah, man, they always gonna be able to say, "Hey, old camper, he like naked ladies." Oh, sure. I mean, I'm a guy. Yeah, but I'm trying to get. I only want one. Forever. So that's a goal. It's a good. It's a noble goal. It sounds better to me than most of the guys I'm talking. They're like, no. I mean, I like being single. I mean, I get to go out and I can go out with a girl. I can go do what I want. I can go where I want. And I'm thinking, well, I've been doing that for 44 years. I'm ready to get chained to the saint. What you want me to do, honey? I mean, I'm ready to spend the rest of my life. The Bible says, your desires will be for your spouse. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's the only thing left I got to try, honey. You know, what you want, wife to covenant. Um, look, so that's kind of some more thoughts, I guess. Like I said, I was just trying to kill some time there, thinking old Randall might call old camper back and say, hey, boy, I ought to talk to you. You know what I mean? You ought to be able to figure that out by yourself by now, Yeah, but you already know I'm a little needy there, right? I mean, come on, give me a couple of minutes. Turn me on to a little topic here and figure out where, other than just old, you know, food care and this and that. The only thing I can think of is I could somehow tie some of these companies, these suppliers or whatever that go to second line harvester. Somehow there's some profit companies that are they're for profit, but technically they don't. I don't know, something along that line where they're affiliated close to a charity or something like that, where I can get it off the 10K or whatever and get some numbers there, keep old Randall happy. Otherwise, I got to spend like the next 45 hours studying and thinking about something I don't even care about. Never going to use, going to forget again. You know what? You know the coolest thing about this class, though? Finally, a professor finally said, you know what? Forget about that book. Except for I'm I'm gonna have you look in there a couple times. I mean, you paid $250 for it. We're gonna use it a couple times, but you ain't gonna learn. I mean, I can't remember exactly what he said, right? But you're gonna forget almost everything you ever did. It's all for the piece of paper, right? Even a chart of accounts. It's like 200, 150 of them at least. Well, sure, I could sit there. I could have those memorized by tomorrow morning. I'm ready to go to town. But if I ain't using it, I'm gonna forget it 3 days from now, right? So to me, there's got to be a mission to the madness. There's got to be a realistic, what is it, a measurable goal that we're gonna use it. We're gonna do it. You got something lined up? You gotta have the covenant on the line. I mean, what's going on here? So otherwise, I could just hear and stare at the wall, look out the window, read my Bible, right? Go to work, come home. But it all gets boring. And that's why you need half the covenant. Because there's only so much poker you can play. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe if you're a Christian. Some of them guys, like old Tommy Boy, I mean, yeah, he older and retired, so he ain't got a hold. Like to go golfing a little bit. I don't know. Why? What's wrong with me? How come I'm not interested in going up to that old gambling hall, having a beer, and sitting around and watching the guys walking back and forth outside smoking cigarettes? I mean, I used to do it a little bit. I tried it a couple times. Nah, I must be crazy, huh? Why am I not interested in certain? I mean, I might just for the sake. Oh, speaking of which, I probably will. It's gonna be weird though. I guess they're gonna let about 3,000 into the Super Bowl. I mean, I guess who we got? Who we got? Old Mahomes, my boy, my guy. He's a Christian. So I guess, and then who we got? Tampa Bay and who? The Kansas City Chiefs. No, I like him. Uh, but I like to see teams. I don't like to see dynasties are good, but once in a while. But I like to see other people get a little piece of the pie. Unless it's my pie, then you better keep your hands off me. You don't be touching my pie. We're gonna, I'm gonna have to covenant on you, boy. If I get her, and then she might talk to old 5-star general. Oh, boy, you better look out now. Okay, say, just be nice. Look, there's no fans. Come on. But just to go hang out with old Tommy Boy and have a little try to, because he's always saying how we don't have nothing in common no more. Well, I don't play poker. I don't. Ice fishing seemed like a lot of work. Like if I'm gonna go up to Lake of the Woods, I'll give you here's $500. Put me on that machine, drive me out there, get it all ready. All I got to do is put the leech on it and sit there and eat, lunch. Okay, let's do that. But like walking out and I don't know if I'm gonna catch anything. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, I did all that. Why would I want to sit around a bar? Why do I want to go to a honky tonk? I just don't. I guess I'm weird. Half a weirdo. Hey, I don't know. I feel like I just got other things to. I want to. When I go before God, I want to. He already gonna be like, hey, old camper, look at that. You came from a pretty good family. You spent half your life on, in and out of them honky tonks, running around here. What else did you do? Well, okay, I tried. Well, yeah, the rest of the world, but it said the road to life is narrow, broad to destruction, and many are following it. So y'all might think I'm half a weirdo, but really I'm no different than you. I struggle, except I still believe in what we call sin. And most of the world is like, hey, we got rid of most of that. We don't even we don't call it like that. There's no such thing as that anymore. So I'm trying And I understand, like even my father, like having a guy with his personality. Oh, he read the Bible a little bit, but this guy got a lot to go. I mean, he talking about a whole lot of stuff there, Mikey Mike. I mean, no wonder you. No, she crazy. She always trying to get me go boogie board and all that child support and scratch your car. Where's those wrenches? I still those $2 wrenches you say you lost. Oh, every time she get drunk, it's where's my socket wrenches? How serious? Next thing you know, sheriff's out there toddling her away, right? So I mean, you know it ain't me. But I guess, yeah. So I might go up there and watch, but it's tough to watch the sports without fans. That's weird. That's weird. And oh, that's another thing. Political. I don't like that. Like, why are they? We don't get. Can you? We don't. In a professional environment, say government or anywhere, uh, most places you are not allowed. You could not protest. You could not create a political environment that would create divide the cohesiveness of the business. And somehow, again, there's a double standard. And I'm not saying, and I'm not speaking to the fact that it doesn't need to happen, but when you refuse to stand and pledge and whatever, follow what we've been doing, and you're getting paid millions of dollars to play with a ball and have a great life and do all sorts of fun. I mean, why not just have a podcast or something? Do something on it. I mean, you ain't got to have no problem getting people. But when we start disrespect, I'm not saying we don't have problems, right? Of course we do. But I mean, to refuse to stand or for a country, I mean, there's military men around, people that are away from their half the covenant for long periods of time. Also, guys can sit and play with a ball for a living, and we can't just hey, I can call a press conference, I can do anything. Instead, I'm gonna I don't know. To me, like I said, I grew up. We pledge allegiance. I respect the office of the president, no matter what it is. I guess we don't teach that no more, and that's kind of sad to see. And you say, well, time. I understand some stuff needs to change. But stuff like that. So it's made me frustrated, and I kind of got frustrated with sports, all the protesting and this, and then they got to get involved and that, and so just yeah, I don't want anybody to get mad. Like I know why. I understand why people do it. I'm not saying, and I'm not getting into that, but to where they do it, when they do it, and how they do it, can't we still show respect for our country at the same time when there's so many people trying and probably agree that there needs to be change in certain areas. Oh, how about this one? I mean, now all of a sudden I seen down in Minneapolis they wanted to disband everything, start over, which I don't know, maybe that'll work, but you're gonna need something. You can't just show up with a psychologist. I mean, you ain't got enough anyway. So, I mean, show up with a psychologist and figure out why the guy's trying to rob the bank, and then lock him up. I mean, how you gonna what are you gonna do? Now they're calling in outside law enforcement and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, I mean, there's been for sure. There's obviously hey, you bring in a SWAT team on me twice. I know there's abuse in law enforcement. Trust me. But hey, can you imagine if we didn't have any? Like, I say, you know what? Send them all home for 2 weeks. It wouldn't even take that long. I mean, every single one in the entire country. FBI, NSA, CIA, every lot. Just let them stay home, play video games, eat Cheetos, drink Mountain Dew for a couple weeks. See what happens. See how much you hate law enforcement. I mean, we need something. That's what I mean. It's so extreme, right? I don't know, and it's frustrating because I get it. They're like, well, we've been trying to get reform, and whatever reform we got ain't working. But going and doing that in front of like disrespect again, disrespect. It's to me, it's disrespecting the military that's giving me a right to be on a YouTube video right now, right? And so, and they're away from their family, and you want to talk about why and where and how and what they're fighting for. Okay, well, that's a whole nother ball. That's a whole nother ball game. But this is our country, and I don't think we should disrespect it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I might go watch the Super Bowl a little bit just to hang out with old Tommy. Something to do. But as far as like what else am I like? There's really nothing I'm interested in except for uh, earning. Like I said, I was praying for enough a career, enough to earn a living to afford. You got to be able to afford half the covenant. I mean, there might be one left that as long as she got what she need. She might. I mean, if you're a really nice guy and she know it, I mean, she probably have to pray about it for a while, think about it, but she might say, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. It could be worse. He all right. He like me. He really nice to me. I mean, there might be one out there like that left. I'm not sure. Maybe. But other than that, I mean, you got like, so it's like, well, let me, I can't dig ditches. I mean, I'll go try for old half the covenant, but she's gonna figure out real quick I can't dig ditches. I ain't smart enough to be the accountant in Ben Affleck. Nah. How many jobs out there, really? Okay. Again, I didn't go to Harvard, and we got guys from Yale sitting in their mama's basement. What am I gonna do? I mean, I'm just thankful for food, water, shelter, and clothing, and that's what the Bible tells you to be. Be happy with that, and anything else is a bonus. And that's the way I try to live. But as far as wanting to go watch football or like, back in the day, I wanted to, I was hoping they'd call me over to deer camp, hey. But I guess it was just it's all roll over from all that, y'all know I'm joking, right? But that's old Pete Medved, old Dennis and Pete, old Patsy. You know what I mean? They was up there on Balsam Lake, and they heard old Nick got a snow machine. I mean, it took them about 3 months, right? They tried to delay me, and I'm just peppering. I mean, once I saw one of them things, I was like, we got, and they did their best to fend me off, right? But finally they had us. They realized this kid's gonna get a snow machine, but we don't know how this is gonna go. I'm kidding. I mean, it wasn't like on the very first day. I mean, why didn't you tell me if I go driving 60 miles an hour? Why didn't you tell me on the ice out there that you was going to, have a 90-degree turn with a snowbank? Because you wanted to see it happen. That's why. The Big A! The Big A! No, those were good times up on old Tennies. Boy, never did get along with him. I guess I wonder if is his brother still with old Bethany? She was really cute. I really liked Bethany, but she got mad at me early on too. First time I learned, you know what? You don't ever comment on a girl's looks or her weight. Okay. We're still trying to figure out on Pal Talk what you say if the chick. So you don't want it because you can't lie because half the covenant she know what you're thinking anyway. So she just asking you to see what you're gonna say. So, honey, does this dress make me look? What do you think? Does it make my butt look big? And you're thinking, I mean, there's no answer. Even if she's a little heavy set, right? Because honey, I don't even see you that way anymore, baby. I mean, I just love you and need to be around you. You have the covenant, sweetie. What you want? Up to half the kingdom, I'll get to you, baby. So the only thing I can come up with is, honey, and it's true, right? I mean, if you got your half the covenant, this is what you say, boys. You don't ever. I mean, you're gonna get it. There ain't. You're done. If you say anything other than that, you just say, honey, and hopefully she's in a good mood. She'll just figure out she'll go do something else, right? I mean, and you just say, honey, you look good in everything, sweetie. It wouldn't matter. And maybe she might let that one slide. I don't know. Depending on what kind of mood she in, I guess. But we're up there now. The reason I mentioned that, the ironic thing is, I had a crush on Bethany. I thought she was so cute. And I said something, when I was young, and she got mad at me. And that was it. And like they say, the rest is history. And then she got with old Tenny boy, and I'm thinking, hey, that was supposed to be me when I used to go up there. Are they still together? I bet you they are. No, he was all right. His older brother, he was okay. It was that little short little midget one. What's his name? Huh? No. So finally, after about 3 months, they knew eventually, hey, this kid's gonna. I mean, he gonna get on ours or something. We got to let him have one, right? We're gonna. So finally, I talked my parents into it. But the day it happened, right, they bring it up. I mean, they all locked themselves in the house. They get the group. They get on the ham radio and the CB, and I'm sure. I mean, they're like, all right, breaker 19. This is the big A, and I just want to let everybody, out back out there. I mean, the nearest house is like, like I said, the Tennies, right, or something. I mean, it's cool, right? But I mean, so he talking probably 50 miles. He like, all right, this is a big A. We can't. Nick finally got a snow machine, and he is on it in the woods. Okay, we just want y'all to know. So just letting y'all know. They put an APB. No, that was one I got. They gave me the shotgun. So I went hunting a few times. I'm joking, but that's funny because I'll bet you the big A. Wonder where the big A. I guess he moved into town into Beauvais or something. Old PT built a big old shack. PT was pretty nice to me, but that Tenny boy, he was a pretty mouthy. Anyways, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go watch a football game. But those were good times, man, fishing up there. Oh, the crappies you can eat. Oh my goodness. Going through the fresh powder. Oh, the Polaris. They don't, I mean, the only thing I can think of better than that is probably, is it G rated? Can you say? The only thing better than up there that I found, and I've been just about through every, like I said, Portland ain't bad. The only thing better than up north with fresh powder on the trees, and you're about, you're up there, you're having I mean, there ain't a whole lot of people around, and you're about to go out on some clean water and catch some all kind of crappie. The only thing better than that's half the covenant. Okay, I'm just saying. So those were real good times. So if you ever wonder why I'm wondering about that paper company, that's why. Um, yeah. Let's see. Well, I mean, obviously they knew that. I mean, I didn't tell them, but I was always surprised. I mean, because I was just teasing old Bethany a little bit, right? Because I was surprised how mad she got. Man, oh Bethany, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Well, that's a pretty good 3 hour chunk there. Oh, was there one couple? Yeah. Excuse me. So I guess I'm gonna go, Daddy. Um, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do this on. Oh, I'm not good at doing that when I don't. But I'm worried about this. You know, I kept going back and forth, and they're like, "Don't." So I found a buzzer, you know, a clipper that would just cut. And I found like if I leave it a little bit, but then I got to put gobs and gobs, and it won't heal. And like I don't deserve this. Why is God judging me? I know I'm kind of a smart aleck, but I mean, you see the stuff that I think about. These are righteous, biblical worldview with people in mind, concern for humanity. Just realizes he's getting old, wants to find his niche in life where he can, you know, with a whole lot of hungry people out there trying to make money and live. And I mean, I'm just trying to get old half the covenant, you know, because otherwise, I mean, like I said, ball ring. So, anyways, so there you go. That's the personality you would see on Pal Talk. Except I'd be frustrated because there'd have been a red dot about 50 times. And so I probably would have raised my voice, might have told somebody to go fly a kite, and maybe started getting loud a little bit. It's frustrating. So yeah, I'm down to 10 minutes. That's it for today. So hey, anybody got any questions? Ask me a question. We lie. Go ahead, put a question in there. Yeah. I mean, I know it's kind of dumb, right? But at least there's, I don't know. I talked about something. Uh, mm, mm. Oh yeah, remember that? Oh, the big A. So I'm out of here. I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna write a 500-page paper for the next 500 hours on. So everything I ever worked for. So if you don't see me for a couple hours, no, probably not tomorrow at all. Don't get worried. I'll be back because I got a ton of work to do, and so. But this should keep you busy for a little while, keep you occupied. You know what Jesus said? Occupy till I come. So that we occupying, and oh, I know what I'll do. Here, check it out. You want me here? Y'all want me here? I'm gonna do it live. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go to Proverbs 31. See, now you say, well, why are you doing that? Look, hey, look. This reminds me, Proverbs 31. It says advice to a king. I'm not a king, but only got 10 minutes. But I read this to remind me why I don't drink alcohol. Okay, and then you got this part. Okay, so it goes advice to a king. Proverbs 31. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Look, right there, when they tell you, I know it's Old Testament, but Proverbs should still be applicable. I mean, that's basically how to live. It's how to live. Psalms should be applicable. Nobody should ever say, "Oh, that's old." Okay, we're under the new covenant. If you're not a Jew, all right. But if you got a problem singing a joyful noise to the Lord, Psalms. If you got a problem how to live, Proverbs, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. A good woman. Look, wouldn't that be something special? This sounds like a woman I want right here. Okay. And so I'm gonna sing it to her every day. And there ain't nothing she can do. I don't care if she's half the covenant. This one here, I'm winning on this one. Okay. Half the covenant ain't saving me. I'm singing it to you, honey. That's the way it is. Okay. You're gonna have to deal with it. Might not like it. I ain't a very good singer, but you know what? I say God looks at the heart. He looks at, everybody's like, if they can go slobber all over themselves at some rock concert that might be, play it backwards and they sing into the devil. Yeah. And you're getting mad because I'm singing a joyful noise to the Lord. Hello, who's half the weirdo here? You want to tell me? Come on, let's talk about it. You want to have a debate? All right. So this is what I sing usually every night, but we live, so let's go ahead on the fly. I just thought of it. Wasn't planning it. I'm not a good singer, but again. So this is to my future wife because I believe. You have to believe, like Michael Jordan. You got to have hope. If you let the hope die, you're done. Forget it. Now you might get to, you don't know God's will, but you got to keep hope alive. All right, so we got a good woman. Excuse me. A good woman who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships, she bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth the field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen, and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. I said, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. One more time. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. And then sometimes I sing verse 29 a few times. So many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Tell you what, boys, if you don't feel like singing that to your wife, you ain't got right half the you didn't find the right half the covenant. You know what I'm saying? When you ready to do that, boys, yeah, when you ready for no more spoil, you like, man, that fishing is good, boy. I mean, they ain't nothing better. Oh, but oh, half the covenant, she better than that. I mean, honey, hey, I ain't gotta go fishing, baby. I want to spend. Hey, I'm staying with half the covenant. Yeah. So when you're ready, when you're like, yeah, I think honey, I see y'all later. I want to go fishing with the boys. I see you. I'll be back later this weekend. Like, she ain't the one. I'm just saying, all right? You know, maybe 10 years, 15 years down the road when she's busy with her, you know. But if you just met her and you ready to leave her at home and go fishing, she ain't half the covenant. I'm just telling you, right? Unless she going with you. Oh man. Oh, double whammy. Whoa, you got half the covenant and she fishes. Oh, Smokey. What we gonna do now? Look out. Bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Anyways, my time's up, yo. I'm out. I'm gonna go check the game out a little bit. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Read your Bible. Trust in Jesus. It's crazy out there. At least we can still hopefully have some peace in Jesus, knowing something. It's the best thing. They ain't got a better story. Okay. It's called faith. Hey, let's hear it. You got a better story. Let's hear it. I'm all ears. I ain't heard one yet. I mean, they pretty good, but this one here got to make the most sense. Hey, best new body, everything in Jesus' name. Okay, hey, I'm going with this. Y'all go with your. Don't get mad at me because I'm going with this. You go. I won't say you go with what you want. I'm going with this and half the covenant. And man, we might even be going fishing. See you later.